All right, folks, Roland Martin here. In this studio, when we launched this, these three pieces of artwork here. You've got James Baldwin, the writer over here. You've got Ida B. Wells Barnett, that's right behind me. And you've got this piece right here in the center of Mr. B, Harry Belafonte. I had great respect, admiration for Mr. B. We talked, we dined, I interviewed him, we would call and text, and he was just an unbelievable human being. So on Sunday, the Grammys did this huge memoriam. And this is some of the video right here. And in that memoriam, they paid tribute to Sinead O'Connor. They had Fantasia do a tribute to Tina Turner. They had a tribute with John Baptiste, as well as I think Ann Nesby, Jimmy Jam, to The Godfather, Clarence Avant. I mean, it was a really long tribute. In all of that time that they did, guess who they did not mention? How in the world do you do a big memoriam and you don't mention the passing of Harry Belafonte? Here's what was crazy. During the show, they talked about the making of the We Are the World doc on Netflix. Lionel Richie presented. Lionel Richie and Michael Jackson co-wrote the song. Guess whose idea was to even do it? How do you also sit here and talk about all these people and you make no mention of the first artist to sell 1 million copies? Who was that? Now, I've seen, it always happens at the Oscars and the Emmys, and people say, hey, why was this person left out? And again, I'm not dissing any of these people we're seeing right now. Okay, look at the people we're seeing right now. I mean, these are some of the names. I'm gonna start it over because I'm just want. And again, it's nothing. All of these people should have been mentioned. All of these people. I saw somebody who was a Sony executive. That was a brother who was an entertainment attorney. It was all of these different people, all these different singers and recording execs. They often will include engineers and producers, people who made Jim Ladd, the DJ, people who made contributions to the music industry. How in the hell can you not pay tribute to Harry Belafonte? Here's what was crazy. They had Stevie Wonder do a tribute to Tony Bennett. Guess who brought Tony Bennett into the civil rights movement? They were longtime friends. In one of my conversations with Mr. B, he talked about Tony Bennett and how close friends they were and how he still reached out to him and called him and how they still talked. In fact, I got it somewhere in my phone. When Mr. B was honored When Mr. B was honored by the Robert Kennedy Foundation, Tony Bennett came there to pay tribute to Mr. B. I have no idea what the hell, how in the hell they make their selections. I have no idea how these things are put together. But I'm just going to go ahead and say it. You don't have a real memoriam if you leave out one of the greatest artists in history. Made history by winning an Emmy, movies, music. Everybody all around the world know Deo. The Recording Academy owes the family of Harry Belafonte a serious apology. And what the Academy should do next year to make amends to this, there should be a very special tribute to Harry Belafonte. And see, I know there's somebody who's watching me right now, and they're saying, man, Roland, look, man, we don't need these folks. We can do our own thing. And this is one of the reasons why we do our own tributes here, to pay homage to our folks when they transition to become ancestors. But you also do it for the next generation. Because y'all know what also happens? When someone transitions, country singer Toby Keith died last night. I guarantee you his music is going to be some of the top streaming music. Tracy Chapman, after she performed Sunday, her music went #1 on iTunes. So when these things happen, people then go, oh man, I forgot about that person. Let me go check out their music. And so you let the next generation know who these greats were. I was sort of halfway watching the Grammys, Randy and Joe. Really wasn't like just watching it. But it wasn't until I saw a post on Instagram from Gina Prince, excuse me, not Gina Prince, by the way, my God, Gina Belafonte, Harry Belafonte's daughter. And then I saw Tamika Mallory and Linda Sarsour, and I saw Carmen Perez post as well. And mind-boggling, like if you're putting together a memorial, I'm just saying, you might say, who makes the cut? Probably #1 on the list is the person who was the first in history to sell 1 million copies. I'm just saying, Randy, if you probably got a criteria, that one probably at the top of the list. Just saying.
I would say top. Can't even imagine how he was overlooked. They should be ashamed and embarrassed, and they absolutely owe the Belafonte family an apology, and they better make it up to them somehow, like you said, next year. I didn't watch the awards, but I am shocked and disgusted to hear that they completely missed Harry Belafonte. I mean, come on. He's an icon.
Joe, I'm just like, how in the hell did y'all do that?
It's hard, some things that get missed as it pertains to us. Even somebody like Harry Belafonte, who crossed over, who checked their boxes, who was historic and was universal and transcended color, or the closest you could come to having done so. You gonna forget him? That's nuts. I don't know. I am I'm speechless on that. And, I was sitting watching it, and, I kind of had some problems with some things. Annie Lennox, who I like, I mean, she's singing Nothing Compares to You. And Wendy and Lisa over there didn't legitimize that for me, as it pertains to Prince. Prince would always have been better. And then, Stevie and Tony Bennett were cool, and I guess I understood it, but I wasn't watching the Grammys to see Stevie sing Tony Bennett either. You know what I mean? So, I had some problems anyway. But this adds to it. And of course, hopefully they check the box in a way that is fitting of Harry Belafonte's legend and his contribution. This is not somebody that was just an incredible entertainer who did some historic things, but he actually helped to change the world with some of the things that he did, supporter of Martin Luther King. And I mean, he did so many different things. He checked even their boxes. He checked their boxes, our boxes, everyone's boxes. And so he needed to have recognition.
Somebody said he was listed in the Stevie Wonder song in the beginning, but there was not a tribute to him. I'm sorry. I mean, look, and again, I told y'all, this is the photo right here of Tony Bennett and Mr. B. I shot December 13th, 2017 at the RFK Foundation Awards in New York City. And I'm sorry. If you're the Recording Academy, you screwed up big time. You screwed up big time if you did not pay special tribute, because we're talking about out of all those people that were honored, and again, I ain't got nothing against Sinead O'Connor. But if we're talking about the contributions to music and humanity and the history, and we talking about the connection between Paul Robeson selling 1 million copies on television, in movies, Marching with Dr. King, famine relief, the vision behind We Are the World. No, you pay proper respect to that man, and you let the next generation know who that man was and what that man meant to music and the craft. So shame on the Recording Academy for their lack of proper respect and deference to the great Harry Belafonte. We're going to be in New York City on March 1st, for his memorial service. And again, the reason why I created this platform, because it went back to Washington Watch at TV One, it went back to News One Now at TV One. We always paid proper respect to our people, because we know we can't depend on other people to show proper respect to the folks who we know who made a difference. We actually did 2 weeks of tributes to Mr. B. That's how much he meant to me and what he meant to our people.